Hello everyone, I'm CHIU STYLE. Today, I'm going to tell you a spine-chilling yokai story from the deep mountains of Japan, Futakuchi-onna, the two-mouthed woman. This isn't just an urban legend, it's a terrifying tale that has been passed down through Japanese villages for centuries. Are you ready? This story might make you want to check the shadows behind you before going to sleep tonight. Let's begin. A long, long time ago, in a remote mountain village in Japan, there lived a man named Taro. The village was surrounded by dense forests, shrouded in mist all year round, and the villagers barely survived by farming rice and hunting. Taro was notorious for his extreme stinginess. His house was falling apart, with straw thatching nearly gone from the roof, yet he never cared. He kept all his money hidden in a clay jar under the floor. Taro's dream was simple: to marry a wife who didn't need to eat. Why? Because then he wouldn't have to spend money on food, and the rice at home would never run out. One day, a mysterious woman came to the village. Her name was Akiku. She was slender, with skin pale as winter snow and long black hair cascading over her shoulders. She always kept her head down, as if hiding something. Akiku claimed she never ate, not even drank water. She said she came from distant mountains and was accustomed to a life of austerity. When Taro heard this, his eyes lit up. Could this be the perfect wife he had dreamed of? A wife who didn't eat, leaving the rice jar at home always full. Without hesitation, he immediately proposed to Akiku. The wedding was extremely simple, only a few villagers attended, as they found the match odd. Akiku never smiled. Her cold eyes watched others silently, and she always let her hair fall thickly over her neck, hiding it completely. Taro didn't care. He thought, this woman doesn't eat, enough money saved to buy another field. At first, married life seemed perfect. Akiku never touched the food on the table, not even water. Taro watched the rice jar stay full every day, his heart swelling with joy. But soon, strange things began to happen. The rice in the jar slowly started disappearing. What was once full was now only half full. Taro suspected rats or maybe village children sneaking in. He checked the doors and windows, no signs of intrusion. He decided to investigate secretly. That night, darkness blanketed the village like spilled ink. Silence hung so thickly that not even the wind could be heard. Taro pretended to go out for work but circled back quietly and hid beside the woodpile, peering through the window. Akiku sat on the tatami mat, her back to him, her long hair flowing like a waterfall to the floor. Taro held his breath, wondering what she was doing. Then, slowly, Akiku raised her hands and began to undo her hair. She moved as if performing a ritual, parting her locks strand by strand, revealing the back of her head. Taro's eyes widened in horror at a sight he would never forget. Akiku's skull had split open to reveal a second mouth. It was filled with sharp, beast-like teeth, emitting a low, guttural growl. Her hair seemed alive, curling around rice balls on the table and feeding them into the mouth. The mouth chewed, producing a horrifying sound, and then spoke in a low voice, "This rice ball is well formed, very fragrant." Taro was paralyzed with fear, his legs weak as dough. He wanted to run but couldn't move, as if held by an invisible force. Slowly, Akiku turned her head, 180 degrees, toward Taro, her pale face curling into a sinister smile. Her eyes glowed red, her lips unmoving, yet a low voice echoed, "Taro, what do you see?" Snapping out of his shock, Taro stumbled out of the house barefoot and ran into the forest. Akiku's laughter followed him from all directions. He didn't know how far he ran, only that he had to escape. The tree's shadows clawed at him, the air thick with a stench of decay. Suddenly, he heard rapid footsteps behind him and that familiar voice, "Taro, you can't run." Turning around, he nearly lost his mind. Akiku was no longer the delicate woman he had married. Her face had become like dried tree bark, her eyes like black voids, fingers stretching into claws, hair writhing like countless venomous snakes. She was no longer Akiku, she was the Yamaba, a man-eating mountain witch from Japanese legend, the Futakuchi-onna. Taro ran desperately until he reached a marsh deep in the forest, filled with sweet-smelling irises. He had heard that irises had the power to ward off evil, so he dove into the marsh and hid among the thick plants. He held his breath, listening as the Futakuchi-onna's footsteps drew near, growling, "Taro, where are you?" The mouth on the back of her head continued chewing, making a nauseating sound. Then, a miracle happened. The Futakuchi-onna stopped at the edge of the iris marsh, as if blocked by an invisible force. She let out a piercing scream, then slowly vanished into the thick fog. Taro waited until dawn before emerging. He never returned to the village. It is said he became a wandering monk, warning everyone he met, never marry a woman who doesn't eat. From that day on, the iris marsh became sacred to the villagers. Every year during the Dragon Boat Festival, they place irises at their doorways, praying for protection. The tradition exists to guard against the ever-hungry second mouth of the Futakuchi-onna. Alright, now that you've heard the story, are you feeling a little chill at the back of your neck? Just imagine, what if the Futakuchi-onna sneaked into your house in the middle of the night, using that hidden mouth in her hair to beg for food? What would you do? Don't panic. We've got a secret weapon ready for you, our all-natural, vegan kimchi-flavored seasoning and Thai sweet and sour seasoning, plus caramelized orange black tea and lemon coconut green tea bags. These delicious treats are so irresistible that even the Futakuchi-onna won't be able to resist. One taste and she'll forget all about sneaking your food, she'll be too busy licking her own plate. Scan the QR code on the video, or click the link in the YouTube description to visit our Kickstarter pre-order page and be among the first to try this healthy, vegan-friendly delight. Sprinkle it on your rice balls, brew a fragrant cup of tea, and enjoy worry-free, satisfying meals with your family. Don't let the Futakuchi-onna steal your food, pre-order now. And that's the terrifying legend of the Futakuchi-onna, a spine-chilling yokai story from Japan. If you love mysterious and eerie tales like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel CHIU STYLE, give us a like, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next scary story. Also, don't forget to support our vegan seasonings and tea bag project, so you can bring a little health, and a little story magic, into your daily life. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.